Mandala Murders is a moody show.
It's a very dense show. There's a lot happening in the series with characters.
And we touch very sensitive stories and characters in the show.
It's also a very human story of son trying to deal with the disappearance of his mother.
It's a fantasy, but it's a crime show and it's an action-packed show. We had to make them believable and still not in a documentary way. So the grade has to stitch all these elements together in different timelines and different spaces, outdoor, indoor, night and day. So we had so many scenes and so many different ambience that my first challenge was to build a look that was distinctive, because the very first thing the production and the team asked to me was to bring to the show a distinctive look.
Yeah.
So they wanted a strong look.
Yes.
So keeping a strong look and blending everything together without going maybe too far, sometimes it's difficult. So my main challenge was that, trying to mediate between different ideas we all had, and especially dealing with the different timelines, flashbacks and memories and nightmares, because that is a key part of the storytelling.
Yes.
And sometimes we focus on the visuals, but we never have to forget that the main goal is for the audience to understand the story. So if the audience understands the story, everything goes well. But if the story doesn't land, nothing is worth it.
I think that is what one would look for. Of course, the technicalities are there. The fact that we've been able to put together a show that has a certain scale, at least right from the get-go, everything from my team's end and from Walter, we've been trying to achieve that.
Exciting moment probably is the last day of grade, when you see it, as Shaz said, and you watch again all your episodes and you feel happy.
I was on the lookout for colorists. The idea was to get somebody on board right from the get-go, because we knew that we were attempting something that was very look heavy. But at the same time, considering how shows are made in India, it was really difficult to arrive at a schedule. I remember the initial conversations being very interesting. We were contemplating many things, including at one point of time shooting on film.
On film.
Yes, because what we felt was that having an analog presence to the show might have helped, because the show does deal with a lot of analog elements.
We wanted a little bit of an analog feeling, and we have the flashback. We wanted to treat it in a different way, a stronger. So we ended up using a film emulation tool I developed for this project, which works in ACES.
Yes.
Because we are delivering for Netflix and we are working in a wide gamut in ACES. So I made this LUT, which is inspired to Kodak film emulation, classic.
And the portions that we have shot afterwards, which had a show LUT, I felt gave me a lot more control in terms of choosing my sources, what kind of temperatures I should be working with. And I had a fair sense of how the production design could be integrated vis-a-vis the LUTs that we were using. And more than anything else, I feel that it really makes the edit workflow a lot more easier, where the director and the editor is working with footage that looks closer to what the final output would be. It would always be better if a colorist is on board right from the get-go. Especially with the camera systems that we are working with. It helps you in setting a mood and tone. It helps you pick your sources. It helps you arrive at the right kind of balance when it comes to mixing sources.
It is in the show. It's very visible. Very nice roll off of these highlights, and a very nice flare, giving to the show a very distinctive look, which we have preserved and enhanced to a point, because we have worked on light diffusion they did on set and we enhanced it later. To preserve this kind of soft roll off and glowiness of the image when the highest highlights goes close to the topper end of the spectrum. And we're very proud of have achieved this throughout the show.
In episode 7, we have although gone for a slightly more conventional approach with plenty of face lighting, but that was also because that was the nature of the storytelling.
Yeah.
So I think it's had an interesting blend, and as practitioners, when you get to do both, it's the best, I suppose. So yeah, that was it was a lot of fun. So yeah, by and large, that was the concept. A lot of color on color lighting. In some cases, we went with a slightly more palatable, warm and cool this thing. Not a lot of face lighting, keeping levels really low, and yes, tungsten sources all the way. Did we?
I mean, I have bruises, so to be honest, it was incredibly smooth, great.
Surprisingly,
Surprisingly, it's not all the time like this, which doesn't mean we didn't have differences.
Yeah, I mean, one of the interesting discoveries I've had through the process of grading is sometimes as DPs, we tend to really be married to what we have shot, right? Shot it. When I got back, I knew that something was off. Yet at the same time, you tend to also defend your ideas. But that's where I think our collaboration has really, I would like to say, helped.
I mean, I first listened to Shaz, the way he wants to a scene to be graded. Then I offer eventually an option if I think that it could be an feasible option. Maybe not the best option, because sometimes it's difficult to pick at the beginning the very best option. But I feel, you asked about instinct. Sometimes you have the instinct that there could be two different ways to approach a scene, less contrasty or less colorful or more colorful.
Yeah.
And sometimes Shaz wouldn't agree. And I say, yes, but I think this is gonna be best.
Yes.
Please let me show you this once again.
He would just come and tell me that, we might need a little bit of separation. We would look at something and I wouldn't be happy. And he would be like, this is the right kind of approach for this kind of scene. You have important exposition. So you don't need to do some crazy thing with light or, with composition or design. So I think an objective viewpoint really helps. It also helps you calm down a lot more. And I think that's where a good colorist comes in, because they protect your material, they help elevate it at the same time, and hence it's, I genuinely feel, one of the most important collaborations, a DP colorist collaboration in today's time, for sure. My initial conversations with Nube happened once I signed my contract for Mandala. They were just doing Railwaymen at the time, and the DP of Railwaymen is a very close friend and somebody who I hold in great esteem, Rubais. Rubais and Walter had collaborated on Railwaymen. From my conversations with him, and of course, generally Nube has a very good rep in the market. So when I was bringing my project here, I kind of knew that, I was working with people who were technically very proficient. I knew that Naveen is somebody who, I could always call. And he's always given me that space to have, conversations, even with, career options and all of that. So I feel that for a post-production setup which requires great engagement, it's been a very easy process for me. All of the people working here are super friendly. They really take care of you. They ensure that a DP is welcome. And I think that's very important. They've got a great roster of colorists. I've also done some amount of ad work here as well. So I think it's a relationship that hopefully will continue to grow. And as a studio, I think they're coming out with some of the best work in the country. So yes, it's been a pleasant experience, and hopefully, this team comes together again for more projects. At least that's the hope.